argument I heard you guys say was Matt's argument on it costing taxpayers dollars to keep these people incarcerated their whole lives. My question is, how can you put money on a human life? Something is so precious as a human life. I would like to hear your example. How much do you think human life costs?
And I'd also like you to describe why you feel the government has the right to take a human life, why they're that high.
Start with yours first of all. I feel the person that caused a crime took someone's life to begin with, so
they lost the right to have their precious life when they take away someone so easily for themselves.
Okay, Libby, go ahead.
So what is this, an eye for an eye? Are we in kindergarten?
No, kindergarten, you take the rock and punch you in the face. If you murder someone, you don't deserve to be on this earth anymore. You took away your... No, hey, put your hand up. You don't have the stability to sit in a cell. You're not going to think, when you murder someone or get away with it, when you're sitting in the cell, you're like, whew, I still get to live. You gloat over that. I've seen it.
Okay, Dave first, then Libby.
People are affected by their surroundings and their education. Many of these people who commit these murders commit them in their late teens, early 20s. A lot of them are from poverty, where they are not taught any better. They see that everywhere they go. Their cousin dies, they kill the person who killed their cousin, onward and onward. This is gang war. Why do you think that you can go and do this in jail, killing off people? Do you think people are going to respect the government more when you kill them? They're going to resent it.
Libby, you had your hand up?
I think that they should be so happy to get the death penalty, and that's why I don't think it should be deserved. If you're going out and murdering people, I think that you should be locked in solitary in one of those cells. The people that run those prisons don't even know how big the solitary cells are because they're tiny, and yeah, they're just awful.
Okay, Matt.
Also, you said you went into the mind of a criminal and said, woo, I got away with it. I would call that into question. How can you think like a criminal? Think like every criminal. I wonder how you got that opinion.
Just based on the psychology videos I watched in high school, and they talked about the way that when criminals do get away with things, they tend more to gloat over it. They hold it against someone in jail. They're like, oh, you only did this? Well, I killed someone, so you gotta listen to me or I'll kill you here. And what, I get more jail time on my double life? Doesn't stop their murders in jail either.
Dave.
There are rehabilitation programs in jail now for people that life in jail that have murdered people. They raise dogs for the blind. They take care of the elderly within the jail. They also build stuff, cool stuff for everyone else. So that's a department where we're using them, and they're learning what is wrong, and they have a life to think of what they did. Instead of just ending it right there, that's a waste of, again, precious human life.
Okay, Matt, go ahead, and then Perella.
You also said that with the death penalty, crimes will stop and the criminals will fear that punishment, but why do crimes still continue?
No, I didn't say that the crimes would stop. I said they'd lower.
I don't have the stats in front of me. I don't know if that's true at all.
Ask Brian. But for Dave, you can do that with lower-end criminals. The lower-end criminals that only have 5 years, 10-year sentences, they can do that with them, and then they have a skill to apply when they get out of jail. Now, the murderers that go into the jails, they're there the whole time. Why should they have an opportunity to better themselves when someone who's just in there for a misdemeanor or minor crime has that slap on his wrist? He goes out, he can't get a good job when all these murderers have these chances to have skills that they can apply to the outside world when they shouldn't even have skills.
Brandon, go ahead.
Not to mention,
15 seconds left.
Who's to say that like these murderers try to put on a fake facade during these programs to maybe get back into the outside world, maybe on parole, mind you, but just to go out and do the crime again.
All right, so that ends the open debate. Now we're gonna get to closing statements.
The death penalty should be a standard. If you go out and commit murder, you're taking one person's life away, and thus you should have your right taken away to live on our earth. Trying to add more to that. Pretty much you're making your own choices in life, and you make that choice, you're taking your right away.
Cool.
All right, going back to this side, closing statement here, please.
By accepting the death penalty, you have said it's okay to take a life for a life here in North America, but also the death penalty in other countries like Iran, where they stone women for adultery, simply having sex before marriage. I would be guilty for that. And also beheading in Saudi Arabia for being openly gay. No. How can we expect these third world countries to follow suit if we have...
Some things you just don't bring up in debates. Keep on going.
We can expect these third world countries to follow suit if we as a first world country do not lead by example. If we do not take the first step to forgiveness and rehabilitation, I am afraid that we'll be stuck in a cycle of perpetual death. No matter the way the deed is carried out, be it hanging, gas, electric chair, lethal injection, stoning, or beheading, no one should have the right to take another human's life other than in self-defense.
So,
All right.